What led me to Alpha this was an event specifically for people who were agnostic or atheist, but interested in Christianity. I started to think about who I knew in my life. I know a lot of people in my life who are, agnostic or atheist.
I think it was really a cool experience to invite my roommate. I think he's a naturally very inquisitive person and has a lot of questions. When I found out about Alpha Course, I immediately thought of him as a space where he can ask questions. And when I invited him, he was very tentative, always just like, yeah, we'll see if I'm free, and then I'll go. And honestly, the food was a driving part of getting him there. Free dinner is not something that us in our young 20s want to turn down. Ultimately, what kept him coming back to Alpha was the conversations we had with people and the relationship we started building with the other people who sat at our table. He really wanted to hear what Christians had to say about the types of questions we asked, like, what is faith, or who is Jesus?
Alpha is for somebody who is deeply curious. I think it's for someone who wants a relationship with God, even if they don't believe that they can have that, or they don't believe that he's real. I think it's for someone who is deeply curious. And so for me, that ended up looking like a couple of my students in my class. And really what it was me asking God to surprise me. You're putting yourself in a situation where who knows what could happen. I thought, best case scenario, a couple of my students, would be able to come and see that maybe Christianity was different than they thought it was. I thought it's a place to talk, a place to have open conversations.
I think that Alpha really helped build our relationship in a different way. There's a lot of things that I've wanted to bring up in the past that it's just hard to take that first step into. Something that my roommate said was Alpha answered a lot of the questions about Christianity that he didn't know he had.
One of my students actually, it was the last night of Alpha, he decided to share with all of us that he knows for a fact now he is a Christian, and he wanted to get baptized, and he was baptized on Easter. And that was something that I could have never anticipated. That boldness and that just contentment of just I'm gonna go and do it. I know that's God. I didn't to see that in somebody else in this way that I never expected. It made it absolutely worth it for me to be a little uncomfortable and say, do you want to come to this? So I think that was really what it was like for me.